Are you thinking about making a move to San Antonio but want to be inside the city limits with new construction? Then you've come to the right place. In this video, Steve and I are going to walk you through this gorgeous brand new community named Senna. This community is inside San Antonio, technically in Leon Valley, and it's only minutes away from USAA and Medical Center. So let's jump into it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap the bell for notifications to ensure that you are one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls, emails, and texts from people just like you who are looking to make a move into the area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that move, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All of our information is listed right below, and Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice. Now let's dive into this amazing community named Senna. We are gonna walk you through this beautiful model home, and we're also gonna walk you through one of their inventory homes. There's gonna be over 100 homes in this neighborhood, so you wanna make sure you get in while there's still availability. They'll most likely be building in here for another year, possibly 2 years. So if you're thinking about moving to San Antonio in 2025 to 2026, you definitely want to get into this neighborhood. So we're going to show you these 2 homes, and Steve's also going to give you an update on pricing and all the details about this neighborhood that you definitely want to know before you make a move. Let's go ahead and check out this model. Welcome to this beautiful model home for Century Communities. This floor plan offers you 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and it's 1,802 square feet. Now, I am gonna just put a caveat out there. I'm carrying my water. I'm feeling a little under the weather. So if my throat's a little raspy or you hear me cough, I apologize ahead of time. But let's go take a look at this gorgeous home. You have a great big open entry with a coat closet with some extra room for storage. You can never have too many closets. Storage is important. And as you come in, your garage would be out here. Of course, this is a model, so their offices are there. Then you have a great half bath. And then it opens up into this all-in-one living space, right? You've got your kitchen, your dining room, and your living room, all very open. This community is a gas cooking community. And then this living room is beautiful. Of course, you have high ceilings in here. In this price point, you're going to see a lot of lights this way without the ceiling fans. Of course, if you wanted to add those in, it is blocked and wired for it, as you can see with all the switches here. It has a switch for a fan, it just hasn't put a fan in there. So that would be a post-close. Laundry room, and then also I wanted to show you the pantry. It's always nice to see where storage will go. And then you have your primary bedroom down here on the first floor. Great windows, it's very open and bright in here. Again, I am going to point out there is not a ceiling fan in here, but there are 2 switches here so that you can put a fan in. All right, let's go take a look upstairs to go see all those other bedrooms. So once you come upstairs, you have a bathroom to the right, and then a bedroom to the left. Then you've got a great linen closet. And then you have 2 more bedrooms with another linen closet. And they have done a few upgrades like the shiplap on the wall. But overall, they didn't stack this model with a whole bunch of upgrades. I mean, this is pretty much what you get. And Steve's going to go over this in a minute, but I do want to just point out with this builder, they're going to build it like an inventory home no matter what. You aren't going to get a say on the upgrades that you want. You're going to have to choose to do those post-close. They are just building them as they are. So let's go take a look downstairs at the backyard so you can get an idea of what your backyard would look like. All right, so check out this backyard. Of course, the backyards are going to differ depending on the lot that you choose. This one has a very small little wooden deck and really not a whole lot of space, okay? But you do get a little green area. So if you do have a dog, they at least have some green space. This one is landscaped. We're gonna go show you an inventory home where the yard's a little bigger, but again, it's gonna depend on the lot that you choose and the floor plan that you choose and how much it's gonna eat up your lot. So now Steve's gonna give you some information about this neighborhood, and then we're gonna go take a look at an inventory home.
All right, so we are here at Senna, which is a Century Communities subdivision, and we are located in Leon Valley. So if you're not familiar with Leon Valley, it is a small city inside of San Antonio. It's just been surrounded by San Antonio. I grew up, actually, my dad's first house was here in Leon Valley, about a mile down the road. When I was just a little boy, I was running around these streets, kicking soccer balls until we moved out to Bernie when I was like 4 or 5. So yeah, I'm very familiar with this. My brother has a house down the road. It's a rental house now, but we used to go over there all the time. My first house is literally 2 miles from here. It's in San Antonio, but it's on the border. So we're in Leon Valley right now. This is Leon Valley proper. So why is this community a big deal? Why are we here? This area is older. So the house I own 2 miles down the road, it was built in 1965. And then it gets a little bit newer as you move further out. So towards this direction, the houses around this community are going to be in the 80s, 70s, and then on into the 90s as you get further out towards 1604. So one of the major arteries here is Huebner. Huebner Road goes all the way to I-10. Dead ends at Bandera, and Bandera is one of the main arteries to get from 410 to 1604. Those are our loops. If you're not familiar with San Antonio, Katie will bring that map video to you at the end, so you can see where we're at in this community. All right, a little bit about the real estate here. These homes are being offered from $375 to about $415, $416 for their larger floor plans. This community is unique. So in this community, they're gonna build the house and you buy it. There's essentially no upgrading like we bring to you in all the other videos where you can sit down with the builder and make changes. You know, like if you don't like the carpet on the stairs, you can, you know, add wood or LVP or a different kind of flooring. Here, you can't. It's kind of one-stop shop. You take it if you like it and go from there, right? So square footage is going to range from roughly 1,800 on up to, you know, mid-twos. They're not very big homes, but they're not very big lots either. So don't expect to get a big backyard. They're kind of selling you new in the old part of town, essentially. So that's the draw here. The HOA is also unique. It's $125 a month. That seems expensive for San Antonio for a community like this, but it takes care of all the common areas, which let me show you some of that. And then also it takes care of your yard mowing, not in the backyard, but in the front and in the flower beds. It turns over the flower beds when springtime comes. So essentially your yard maintenance is gone. And that's strictly because people who are going to be living in this area, they're going to work at USAA. Most likely they're going to be younger, and or the medical center. The medical center is 3 miles away from here, a little over 3 miles, which has all of our major hospitals, including the VA hospital. So that's really a big draw to this community is you got USAA, which is a major corporation, right? And then you also have the medical center, which has all of our major hospitals. So that's one of the big deals about this community. The HOA also has walking trails in the back, and you know, for the homeowners who just want to take a walk after dinner. Tax rate here, Because we're in Leon Valley, it's 2.23. Until you file that homestead, you can get that even lower, which is great. That's a great tax rate for the San Antonio area. One of the features I love about this community is there is Raymond Rinkus Park down the road. It's a park that's very fond of me, where we do all of our family Easters. It's just a great park, well maintained by Leon Valley. It's got 2 big playgrounds for the kids, a field, basketball courts, tennis courts, just a great park all around. The residents of Leon Valley love that park. They go for walks. I think it's got like a mile or a mile and a half walking trail around it. That's how big the park is. It's really a great park. And last but not least, we are in Northside ISD, which is a favorable ISD in San Antonio that many people want to put their kids in. So something to consider. With that tax rate, you get a great ISD as well, Northside ISD. That's it with me. Let's go take a look at one of the homes they have on the ground, an inventory home that is ready. Let's go.
All right, welcome to the inventory home here at Centuries Communities. This property has a coat closet right off the entry, as well as a half bath. Now this floor plan is 1,600 square feet. You've got a great big open living room area with a beautiful kitchen. You can really put your dining room anywhere you want, configure it however you want. All the bedrooms are upstairs. This one has 3 full bedrooms, obviously 2.5. You have a half bath down here and 2 bedrooms upstairs. You also have a 2-car garage. This is quartz countertops. You've got a beautiful white backsplash, great sized gray cabinets. I mean, honestly, if you just added some gold pulls on this, it would really pop, be really beautiful. This home is really great because it's listed right now for $375,000 for this brand new home at 1,600 square feet. That's a really good deal in this area. So just throwing that out there. You do have gas cooking. For those of you who have been shopping in San Antonio for a while, you will understand that is a big deal because we do not have gas cooking usually inside San Antonio city limits. So I'm going to show you the garage so you can see what the 2-car garage looks like. You have your water heater, and this is plumbed for a water softener. So all you need to do is add a water softener, you're good to go. Highly, highly suggest it. San Antonio's water is pretty hard, but it is finished out, right? It's got sheetrock, it's painted. This is a really nice garage. This is how they finish them out here in the San Antonio area. Let's go take a look at the bedrooms upstairs. All right, so now we're upstairs. We have a coat closet. I shouldn't say coat closet, I should say a linen closet or coat closet. It's storage, that's what you want storage. You have your primary right here off the stairs. It's very large. Now I do want to hit on again, there's a light, but there is 2 switches here at the entry. It is blocked and wired for a ceiling fan. Primary bathroom. And another great thing about this home that I want to point out, the builder has put blinds in, but it's also a green belt lot. I can't promise you it's going to be there forever, but the church owns this land right behind this home. Apparently they're asking for an astronomical number, so it will stay this way for quite some time. But for right now, it is nice to have really no neighbor behind you. So as we come out of the primary, you have 2 more bedrooms. These blinds, it's a big upgrade. They also threw the appliance package in. So again, these incentives are time sensitive, but if you are thinking about buying here in the near future, make sure you give us a call. All of our information is below. That way we can get you the most up-to-date incentives, because they're changing all the time, and you want to make sure that we get you the best deal possible. We can get you blinds, if we can get you appliances, let's do it, right? If we can get you a 4.5 interest rate, let's do it. So just give us a call and we will get you the most up-to-date incentives. Another big thing about this property is the laundry room is upstairs. This could be a bonus. If you have kids, you don't have to lug their laundry up and down the stairs. It's all here on one floor. Let's go take a look at this backyard. All right, so here's your backyard. You've got a small covered patio. Now, if you remember on the last house on the model, it did not have a covered patio. It had a little deck and the yard was super small. This yard is still small, but it gives you a little more green space, a little more room. And again, you do have no neighbor behind. On Sundays, that might be a little full of cars for a parking lot, but every other day, it's quite beautiful. You also have a sprinkler system. So it is sodded front and back. And they do have a sprinkler system front and back. They even have this nifty thing here when you have small lot lines like this. So you have this, which is your rain sensor. So if it's currently raining, your sprinkler system won't come on. It saves you money. It's really nifty. And not every builder does it, but usually on these smaller lots, they do. Keep in mind, in this neighborhood, they will mow your front yard and make sure your flower beds are beautiful. They put mulch down, make sure it's looking beautiful. They do not mow the backyard. So with a yard this big, really, a weed eater would do it. You don't really need to go buy a lawnmower, just something small, but they're not gonna maintain the mulch and the maintenance for your one tree in this backyard. So you will have to maintain that, but you do have the sprinkler system and honestly, a great garage so that you can just have a weed eater instead of having all of the lawn maintenance. So that is all we have for you in this community. I hope you liked it. I know it's a small community, but at the end of the day, if you're looking to get into San Antonio and get a new build, there's only so many of them. So this is a great community. Make sure you reach out to us if you're interested, and just hang on for a little bit more. I'm going to show you on a map exactly where this neighborhood is. Let's get after it.
All right, so as promised, I'm here to walk you through the Google Map video so you can see exactly where this neighborhood is on a map. So let's get started. Here is San Antonio as a whole. Of course, I'm going to do some normal housekeeping just to give you the feel of how San Antonio is laid out. We have two main loops. We have the outer loop of 1604 that goes all the way around the outside of San Antonio. However, San Antonio is now growing outside of 1604, but initially it was to go around it. And then we have inner loop 410 that goes around. And then we have your main freeways that come through San Antonio. So you have I-10 that comes in from Houston, comes downtown, and then shoots up out towards Bernie. And then you have I-35, which is downtown, meets with 410 for a little bit, and then shoots out and goes north towards Austin, New Braunfels, San Marcos, Austin. All of those things are off I-35 north, along with Cibolo Shirts area. And then you have 281, which comes from downtown and goes up past the airport and up, and that will take you to Canyon Lake, Bulverde, Spring Branch, all of those wonderful cities. Then you also have I-90, which goes out west of San Antonio, out past Castroville, and keeps going out west. So, and then of course, I always forget this one because to me, it's not a freeway, but it is called Highway 16. It's also known as Bandera Road, and this goes out towards Bandera. So those are your main roads. You've got some new ones. 211 just popped up. That's going to be on the west side. It's a great shortcut. You've got 151, which will cut you through from 1604 down to 90. And then you also have Worsbach Parkway, which is a nifty little highway that shoots you from I-35 into Medical Center, basically. So that is the lay of the land. Now let's dive into where this community is. So as Steve and I mentioned, it is in Leon Valley. And as you can see on the map, Leon Valley is right here on the northwest side of San Antonio. It is inside Loop 1604, but outside of Loop 410. As you can see, 410 is here, 1604 is here. That's really kind of how us San Antonians gauge where things are at. It's either inside 1604 or outside 410, inside 410. So you'll hear a lot of people say things like that. But Leon Valley's right outside of 410, but inside 1604. It is inside San Antonio. It is a little city, but they have their own police force. So it is a small town that San Antonio has really just eaten up. There's a lot of them in San Antonio like that. Let's zoom in so you can see exactly where this neighborhood is. So as we talked about, you have Bandera Road. So Bandera does come from 410 through Leon Valley. It's Highway 16, Bandera Road. All the locals are going to call it Bandera Road, and it goes north. Now, this neighborhood is off of Huebner, however you want to call it. And Evers Road is right here, and the neighborhood is right here. So let me clean this up for you, and then we'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see it is Senna by Century Communities. It is actually on the Google map for you right here. So this is the neighborhood right here. Very small piece of land. However, there are negotiations to make it a little bit bigger, moving this way. However, this is Leon Valley Elementary School. So there's not a whole lot of land unless this church over here decides to sell this piece of property, but that is not likely. So this community is going to have just over 100 homes, 130. This community is going to have 125 homes. They do estimate it's going to take about 2 years to build out in there, so you do have time. But this community is a great one. This location is so great because you're so close to everything. So I know Steve mentioned in his portion about the Raymond Rinkus Park. This is the park. So if your neighborhood is right here, it's literally a mile down the road. You just come down Huebner, turn on Evers, and this is the park here. It's huge. But they've got multiple playgrounds, basketball courts, soccer field, a big open field, like fly kites, frisbee, all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. And they have a lot of picnic tables and grill areas. So when Steve mentioned that's where we spend our Easters, that's literally where the entire family hangs out during Easter Sunday. We barbecue, it's a good time. If you are planning on living in this area and want to do Easter there, I would suggest you get there at 6 a.m. because these picnic tables get taken up insanely quickly. Anyway, that is not the purpose of this video, but I just want to let you know, because the community doesn't have like the amenities of like a park or a pool, you're literally a mile away. You can walk to this park and have all of those amenities for free right there. So that's a really good bonus of the location. Now, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see all the other things that are going on in the area. So you have your Sam's Club here, you have a whole bunch of restaurants, everything off of 410. Then right here off Bandera Road, literally every fast food you could possibly think of, every chain restaurant, everything you need is right here off Leon Valley. You also have an HEB not far from it. So really everything you need, food, grocery store, parks, everything is like within a 2 mile to 3 mile radius of you. And then if I zoom out a little bit more, actually, I don't really need to zoom out much more. You can kind of already see it. But this is the start of Medical Center right here. So Babcock is where we start Medical Center. So this is the start of Medical Center right here at Babcock. It does go further north, but this is where all of the not all of the hospitals, right? There are other hospitals in San Antonio, but a lot of your main specialty, like your heart transplants or your lung doctors or those types of things, if you're going to do surgery, you're most likely going to do it in Medical Center. That's where all like the big surgeons and doctors work. So lots of big hospitals there, lots of specialty doctors and things like that. It's in Medical Center. So we have a lot of nurses and doctors living in this area. It's super common to see them. Leon Valley is a big medical center area. Now, if I delete this and zoom out a little bit more. So again, this is Huebner. Your neighborhood is the neighborhood's like right here. If you go down Huebner, boom, there's your HEB. That's your closest HEB. You have Medical Center all right here, and you have USAA right there. So it's literally straight shot down Huebner, boom, right in USAA. So this is why we brought it up in the video at the very beginning, is because a lot of the people who are purchasing in this neighborhood, he said the majority of the ones that have already bought in the neighborhood work at USAA. So it's a prime location. Really, I know Steve touched on this, but what I really want to hit home why this is such a great community and deal is all of these homes. This whole area, the homes are 1960s to 1990. If you want something newer than 1990, you're going out this way. There isn't anything close to Medical Center that's brand new unless you're looking for like little condos. This gives you an opportunity to be close to everything, to be in San Antonio and still get new. I think it's also going to increase the value of these homes over time exponentially because it's so hard to find newer. You have, 1960s, like Steve had a huge reno project when he bought that home because he had to bring it up to code with the electrical and the plumbing, and that's a lot of money. So to be able to purchase a new build in the area and have everything up to code is a great deal. Not to mention all the incentives they're giving away. The other great thing is that for the most part, they're under 400. They're definitely under 450. There's one more community coming up, which we will show you. That's going to be closer to 450 and up because it's a gated community, but this is a big deal. This is the area. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more and just show you kind of proximity to things. So the neighborhood is right here where the little green dot is. Obviously, Loop 410 is here, Medical Center, USAA, but you're right off the I-10. You're not right off, right? You come down Bandera to 410, but the interchange here of 410 and I-10, you're not a far distance, easy drive down Huebner to 10. And then you have Fiesta, Texas, you have La Cantera, you have the Rim, all these things that I'm always talking about. This is where people hang out. You're also not far when you come down to 410 and go I-10 down. You can go downtown and you have the zoo. You have Olmos Park, which is actually a very beautiful park. But you have the zoo, you have the Museum, you have all of those really cool museums and stuff for kids. And then you have like the Pearl, Hotel Emma's right here. So you have the Pearl, which is where all the locals go. So really everything is like 15 to 20 minutes distance from this location. And if you're looking to go like I-10, you're like 10 to 15 again, very close proximity to all the things San Antonio. So overall, this is just kind of a quick update on the location of this community. If you want more information or would like to tour or see more of their floor plans, leave us a comment, shoot us a message. All of our information is listed right below. Steve and I would be honored to answer any of your questions. And again, I keep mentioning these incentives. I'm bringing them up because right now in 2025, the incentives are huge, especially for Q1 of 2025. These builders are looking to get things off their books. So they are giving away the farm right now, and incentives change month to month, quarter to quarter. So we don't really want to tell you what the incentive is and then you try and say that, we said the incentive was this, because they change every quarter. So if you're interested on the up-to-date incentives, we would be happy to get that for you. Feel free to shoot us an email, shoot me a text, give me a call, whatever form of communication works for you, I'm here for it. So I hope this was helpful. Let us know what you guys think. And thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one.